Good morning, everyone, and welcome to William Trobe Arena in Portland, Maine for the 4th annual Checking for Charity. Well, it's been 24 months in the making. The last time Checking for Charity took place, and although things are going to be a little bit different this year, the causes are just as important as they always are, raising money for many great charities here in Maine, and this season in particular the Travis Roy Foundation and the event dedicated to the life of Travis. Michael Keeley, voice of the Maine Mariners, joined by Jeff Mannix, voice of University of Maine Black Bears men's hockey team, as well as co-host of the Mannix and Mannix Show on the Big Jab. We'll have all 3 games here in this 2021 Checking for Charity for you today, beginning at 11:30 with the Red Riot Challenge, at 1 o'clock the Firefighter Classic, and capping off the day at 2:30 with the Former Pro Showdown. And Jeff, even though the event is different this year with no spectators, the causes perhaps are more important than they've ever been, considering everything that's happened in the last 12 months. And I think everyone involved with this is happy that we're able to have this event again and just enjoy some fun and some hockey today.
Absolutely, Mike. I've been happy enough to be involved in this in some way or another here since the beginning, and it was certainly a disappointment last year when we couldn't get it going because the pandemic basically shut everything down right before the event was supposed to take place. But it's great to see everybody here at Trobe Arena again, and we'll see some hockey. It'll be a little bit different, but we hope you enjoy the production from home this year.
And for many of the players in all 3 games, really a rare chance to get on the ice. You know, everything that's happened in the world in the last 12 months, particularly those first 6 months, not a lot of ice was available. And particularly looking forward to the Former Pro Showdown at 2:30, which may be deeper rosters than we've ever seen in the Former Pro Showdown, with lots of former pros, including some current Maine Mariners. But all 3 games should be very competitive as the players start to take the ice for the Red Riot Challenge, which will kick off at 11:30. Featuring South Portland High School alumni and staff. But before the festivities begin, we want to tell everyone out there how they can contribute to the cause. CFCmaine.org is the home for all things Checking for Charity this year. You can make monetary donations there, purchase raffle tickets, some awesome items up there, some of which are already off the board, but the rest of which will be pulled this evening. So that auction, or those raffles, I should say, are open until 4:30, and the remaining items will be drawn at 7 o'clock tonight right here on the Checking for Charity Facebook page. So CFCmaine.org is your destination. And please share the stream link so we can get this audience as wide as possible for these 3 hockey games here on this Sunday morning into afternoon, as we'll be here pretty much up until 4 o'clock. We're going to take a timeout, play some promos for you here on the stream, and then we'll come back with the national anthem, the presentation of the Honor Guard, and then puck drop of the Red Riot Challenge at 11:30. This is live coverage of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
Hey, Tom Karen here from Nesson, the Red Sox, Boston Bruins coverage. Just want to give a shout out to everyone, and what a great job you guys are doing. Checking for Charity is such a cool event because it brings together your love of hockey, your passion for the sport, and creates awareness and raises funds for some great causes. And I know that the Travis Roy Foundation is such an amazing group. I've known Travis. I got to know him as a young man, as a high school player. When I was working up in Portland, Maine, before he came to Nesson, I actually did play-by-play of his high school state championship, so I saw him play. Literally one of the best players to come out of Maine. And for him to live his dream and to see it come true, playing at Boston University on the night they raised the championship banner. We all dwell on what happened and the courage he showed, and rightfully so, everything he did after the incident. But I often like to think back on everything he meant to the people of Maine and everything he did as a young player. You know, for a long time, people would go to the Yarmouth Public Library and actually check out the tape of his high school championship to watch him play. And it was so devastating to all of us who love Travis to lose him last year. His parents, Brenda and Lee, have shown such great courage, like their son Travis. I can't imagine taking a moment like that and turning it into a life well lived, a life with impact, a life that impacted so many other people and helped so many other people along the way. his legacy is that work continues. The Travis Roy Foundation continues that work. And all of you, the South Portland professional firefighters, everyone at Checking for Charity, is honoring him in a way and creating an event to create funds in a way that I think Travis would really appreciate. So thank you for doing this, guys. It means a lot to a lot of us. Hopefully I'll get up there when things are better and actually get to see this in person one of these days. But in the meantime, again, a stick tap to all of you for doing such a great thing with this event. Thank you.
Hi, this is Danny Briere from the Mariners, and you're watching live coverage of the 4th Annual Checking for Charity.
Hello, I'm Brenda Roy.
And I'm Lee Roy, better known as Travis Roy's mom and dad.
And we would like to welcome you to what we know is going to be a great afternoon. After raising our family, living and working in the greater Portland area for over 30 years, Maine holds a very special place in our hearts. I know Lee's looking forward to being there in person to share in the fun and excitement of the games. We know how much work, time, and effort putting on an event like this takes. We'd like to thank Mike Norton for being the overall organizer. We'd like to thank Toby Farrington for putting the teams together, and Chris Swenson for organizing the raffle. I hope you folks will go online to purchase tickets and have some fun with that. We know that the games don't take place, at least in any organized fashion, without the referees. We'd like to thank each of the referees who we know are donating their time this afternoon. Most importantly, we'd like to thank the players who've come together to raise funds not only for the Travis Roy Foundation, but also for the many local folks and organizations that the South Portland firefighters represent.
And as my wife said, I'm looking forward to being up there because I think I'm going to see a lot of faces that probably were 5, 6, 8, 10 years old at one time when I was coaching up in the different arenas I managed there or at the Civic Center where I worked for many years. So again, looking forward to seeing a lot of people up there, and I've had both my shots, so you don't have to worry about me being somebody that way. But
he's not contagious.
Yeah, but anyways, it should be a great morning and afternoon, and thanks to Mike Feely for putting together the broadcast team that's going to live stream all the games and the activities, plus some surprise videos from what I understand. So again, thanks for your participation. I know that Travis would be real proud that you're going to do a lot of this for him, his foundation, and his words to you would be have fun, and I hope you will. Thanks, and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
This is Terrence Wallen from the Maine Mariners, and I'm excited to be playing in the 4th Annual Checking for Charity Tournament on Sunday, March 14th at True Bice Arena. This year's event will be streaming live, so be sure to tune in and go to cfcmaine.org and be sure to make a donation.
We think about them every day. We're glad that we want the Travis Roy Foundation to do well, and we're glad this charity game can help in any way it can.
Welcome back, everybody, to Trobe Arena, getting set for Game 1 of 3 today. As the Red Riot Challenge kicks things off, this game full of South Portland High School hockey alumni, as well as staff and coaches. And we'll have the performance of our national anthem as well as honor guard as they're getting set over on the bench here. Again, no spectators this year, so we welcome everybody tuning in on the Checking for Charity Facebook page or Seasons Cast. Big thanks to 12 North Agency for helping us broadcast here this morning. Again, Michael Keeley alongside Jeff Mannix bringing you all the action. And this will be East versus West, the East in red, the West in white. And as we wait for the national anthem, run down the rosters real quick here. For the East, Number 4, Andrew Whipple. Number 6, Zach Griffin. Number 10, Johnny Asdorian. Number 11, Robert Hannigan. Number 13, Jason Asdorian. Number 15, Christian Guignard. Number 18, DJ Conley. Number 21, Tommy Ellis. Number 24, James Ellis. And in goal, number 31, Liam McGibbon. On the west, wearing the white jerseys, Patrick Cochrane is in goal. He's number 1. Bill Guite, the defenseman, number 3. Chris Pascale, number 5, also defenseman. Number 13, Kevin Fitzgibbon. Number 16, Matt Mills. Number 18, Garrett Arnold. Number 19, Joe Robinson. Number 20, Robbie Pascale. Number 21, Chris King. Number 23, Derek Merrill. And number 24, Sam Cloutier. And if we are mispronouncing anyone's name, please leave us a comment on Facebook. Obviously, we want to get this right for all 3 games here in Checking for Charity. And Jeff, just based off talking to the firefighters, the organizers of this event, they consider this first game and this last game to be the most competitive ones.
Yeah.
The firefighters not necessarily playing competitive hockey at the high school, college, or pro level. So these players, you can even just tell in warm-ups, have played before and are ready to go. And so I think it's a good way to kick off this event. Yeah,
I think this is a great way to kick it off, too, because we've got, a real good mix of South Portland alumni here. Some from the recent past, as recent as playing for the South Portland Red Riots last season, in fact, as high school players. But you've also got some guys that, you go back decades from when they were South Portland Red Riots, or at least playing hockey at a competitive level. So it should be an interesting matchup of different generations here on the ice together. But the one thing that does indeed hold them together is that Red Riot pride.
And you see on the screen there the banner dedicating to the life of Travis Roy, who unexpectedly passed away in October of last year. This event was to be dedicated to him last year when coronavirus canceled the event, and we continue to honor his life, and a generous portion of the proceeds will go to the Travis Roy Foundation. His father, Lee, is here today, the one spectator that we did allow in the building, and we'll hopefully visit with Lee as we move along on the stream here. But Jeff, obviously Travis, he was an inspiration far before his passing, and now as we remember everything that he contributed to the sport of hockey and just being a motivational speaker and an inspiration in general, it means all the more this year.
No doubt. Really sad that we lost him, obviously, between now and last year's scheduled event, but he's a giant in the hockey world here in the state of Maine, and for the life that he led, it's a shame we don't have him anymore, but it's great that we also get to celebrate his life today and get to do it with a lot of people that were important to Travis and a lot of people who really respected Travis here today.
Looks like we're all set for our national anthem and the honor guard, so we'll turn things down to the ice level.
Can you see
That was Nick Sutton from South Portland High School, class of 2021, with our national anthem. So again, this is East versus West. East in the red jerseys will be shooting from right to left here, and in the white, the West. All South Portland High School hockey alumni, coaches, and staff. And the format, as far as the clock goes, 2 25-minute halves of a running clock. If the game is close in the final 2 minutes, they can opt to stop the clock. So that'll be played by ear. And, Jeff, we know how competitive these guys can be once the puck drops. So if it is close at the end of the second half, I'm sure they're going to want those stoppages.
I'm sure they are, because there's bragging rights on the ice here today and on the line for these guys. All great friends, of course, but anytime you step on the ice, you want to win.
So we're ready to go here. And, again, for many of these players, I'm sure they've been itching to get on the ice in any competitive capacity. And here we go. Checking for Charity. The 4th annual is underway. Christian Guignard for the Red Squad. The East flips it into the corner. And going after it is Robert Hannigan. Slapped around the boards by the West. And they're going to come out of the zone. Bill Guite feeds it on the left side. Chris King gains the blue line, tries to throw it to the net, goes in behind. Again, the goaltending matchup. Liam McGibbon for the East, and red as a shot from the point goes just wide. Patrick Cochrane in net for the West, the white squad. Bouncing puck along the goal crease. Nice save there by McGibbon as he did the splits, and then he, down on his backside, is able to kick one out. Comes to the point. East squad trying to get out, and now they're going to have a 2-on-1. Up the right side, pass down to the left hash mark, and then the return centering pass was off a skate. Played well defensively. Bill Guite breaking up the 2-on-1. Now a 3-on-2 for the West. Garrett Arnold tried to send one to the front of the net. Derek Merrill, the defenseman jumping up, put that one wide. Just underway here. A little over a minute in. Again, 2 25-minute halves. Running clock. Tommy Ellis for the East. Trying to kick this one up the boards. Kept in at the point. Shot back into the right wing corner. And collected by Johnny Asdorian. He'll drop that one off. Forecheck pressure from Sam Cloutier of the West. But the East able to control it. Now hits his skate, kept in left circle. Right in the slot, a backhander. Ends up back down in the corner. Pushed around by Garrett Arnold. Near corner, banked back to the point. Kevin Fitzgibbon tries to put that one through. It'll come back to center ice. Fitzgibbon trying to get it into the zone. The West are offside. And the East and the red sweaters will dump this one in. Patrick Cochrane watches. And will be moved up. We'll see if there are any penalties called or not throughout these 3 games. We do have a full officiating crew with 2 referees and 2 linesmen. And we'll get you their names in momentarily. Now a 3-on-2 here for the East. And a wrist shot, save, and pops up in the air. And Cochrane will glove it down for a face-off.
Yeah, good job by Cochrane there. Interesting goaltending matchup because it's definitely 2 generations. Cochrane, originally from Rochester, New York, played youth hockey growing up. Not a whole lot of experience here lately in his adulthood, but on the other side, Liam McGibbon was a finalist for the Travis Roy Award last season in his senior year at South Portland High School, currently playing for the U18s with the Maine Moose junior team.
Rochester, New York happens to be my hometown as well. Like to see the representation. Zach Griffin moving up. Takes it in below the goal line. And swings it out to Jason Asdorian. He lost it on the wall, and now a foot race. And the goaltender for the Red Squad, McGibbon, comes way out of his net, and he actually made a good play. Turns it into offense here for the East. Right circle, shot blocked as Merrill blocks that one. Officials that we were given, 5 officials: Chip Wright, Giovanni Mazzoni, Jess LeClaire, Andy Souza, and Ashton White. Not sure who of those 5 is not working this game, but that's your officiating crew.
I suspect that's Jess because she's going to be suiting up as a player during the firefighter challenge.
And behind the net. And maybe a little bit of a hook there, but they're going to let it go. Christian Guignard hacks this one around to the near side. Zach Griffin out through center. Might be another 2-on-1 here. Carried into the zone by Andrew Whipple. His wrister kicked out, gets his own rebound. Another save by Cochrane. 2 saves there. We're 4 minutes into this first half, 25 minutes long. Michael Keeley and Jeff Mannix from Trobe Arena. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning. We're here till about 4 o'clock. It's the first of 3 games in the 4th annual Checking for Charity. Pass into the slot there, got knocked away. Once again, East looking for some transition offense. Johnny Asdorian hands it off, right side, wrist shot there. Tommy Ellis. Another save by Cochrane. He's racking up the saves early. Shots on goal have not been put up on the board. I'm not sure if they're tracking them or not, but if they do get them up there at some point, we'll let you know. Puck comes back around to the right of Cochrane. And a pass through center got picked off. Backhanded back in by Robert Hannigan. Hannigan able to leave this one. Johnny Asdorian carries in with DJ Conley. Flips a pass down to Conley. It skips over his stick, but he collects it. Right wing boards, and this is going to go over the glass off the bottom of the mesh netting. We're about 5 minutes into a running clock first half. No
yeah.
score.
Yeah, not so bad here in the early going. Definitely getting the skating legs going with a few of these players, but some good scoring chances both ways. No goals yet in this one, but definitely entertaining in the early going.
I've been impressed by the goaltending in the first 5 minutes. Here's a bouncing puck on the far boards. East Division trying to keep this one in, but a stumble, and the West will come away with it. The pass up the boards is cut off. DJ Conley on the forecheck. Tommy Ellis battling away. This is going to slide back down into East territory. Jason Asdorian back, throws it up just over the blue line. And a little toe drag move there, but turned over. Asdorian. Seen a lot of ice time already. DJ Conley trying to step through the slot. Follow-up try by Ellis. Fired wide. And the West will counter. Rolls off the stick of Garrett Arnold. He's going to peel off to the bench. Tommy Ellis taking it away. And a turnover down low. Joe Robinson trying to come out of the corner right in front. Good save by McGibbon. Got a glove on that one. Back in down low, Robbie Pascale. He tries to clear it in front. As the West finally putting some pressure on, the East has had most of the offensive chances early. Icing waved off here. The West will go back to pick it up. No, they did call icing. Some confusion there between the linesmen, but faceoff comes back down into East territory.
Yeah, you'll probably notice all the officials today wearing masks. The whistles are not the normal ones that we'd see where they'd put them in their mouth and actually blow on them. There's actually a digital thing that they can have in their hand and basically press that a whistle will go off. They've been utilizing this in the high school games in Maine this year, so they'll stick with that for today's games.
Centering pass got blocked off. Back to the left point, Derek Merrill, one of the taller players in this game, and his long shot got through and is swallowed up there by Liam McGibbon. Yeah, it's just too bad they can't make that whistle a little bit louder, because I noticed that too in a USPHL game I covered a few weeks ago. They had those same whistles, and there were times during the game where the players couldn't hear it. But luckily there's not really any crowd noise here that would stop them from hearing that. Here's a shot from the wall that doesn't get through. Now one from the point, and waving his stick at it was Pascale in front, but he couldn't deflect. This one will bounce back down into the right wing corner. Joe Robinson. Stick handling there. Sends it right into the slot. It hops over the stick of Chris King. But the pressure kept on here by the West. Got out to the left wing circle. A little return pass into the slot. They score! The West getting on the board first. And Pascale or King?
Looked like Merrill had the last touch on that one. Derek Merrill just kind of slid to him. It was on his forehand, a left-hand shot, and he's able to beat McGibbon downstairs.
So Merrill with the goal. You're right, Jeff. He's the first one down the handshake line. All I saw was the 2. I couldn't get the second digit. Good thing I got you.
Indeed.
The time of the goal was somewhere around the 16:30 mark remaining. Elapsed time's a little bit harder to do with the 25 minutes. We're not used to it. Here's a backhander that is kicked out by Cochrane as the red team looks to respond, and now loose puck to center. Might be a break chance for Fitzgibbon. He'll drop it back. Wrist shot kicked out by McGibbon. Return into the slot again, and another save by McGibbon. Backhand, another save. Goaltending exhibition there from Liam McGibbon. 3 big stops.
Yeah, most certainly. There were many a night when Liam McGibbon certainly kept the Red Riots in games over the last year or so. They made it all the way to the Class A regional semifinals last season. So a good run for McGibbon here for sure.
Racing down the left side, DJ Conley, who had James Ellis going to the front, but he couldn't come up with the puck. Could Conley, and this one, as the Red Squad East changes, comes all the way back down. Jason Asdorian, here's a turnover in front, and a backhander fanned on by Matt Mills. Push back around here to Johnny Asdorian. He's going to look to come out. And a little bit of a mishandle there. Flipped all the way back to the west blue line. Another chance here for Johnny Asdorian. Comes in and tries to feed this one back to the point. Working along the left boards, dished it down low, centered. Hit a skate at the side, the near side post. Cleared out to the point again. Here's Jason Asdorian to the right circle, spinorama backhand. And that one closed off by Cochrane. Chris King getting an assist, I believe I heard there, Jeff.
You did.
Merrill from King. Carried into the zone by the East. Here's a chance in the slot. Wrist shot, save. And it got knocked off the goal line there in the nick of time. As that was Zach Griffin with 2 chances.
Yeah, nice job by Cochrane to get that paddle down across the line and keep that second attempt out.
Robbie Pascale, what a goal. Moved in and made a dangle to the backhand. And it is West 2, East 0, 13:40 in this elapsed time opening period. Well, that was pretty.
It most certainly was. Real nice move there as Pascale just kind of taking it to the outside, then inside, and stuffing it on the backhand around McGibbon. Good play, and the West has come to life.
It's interesting because the East has actually had more zone time, but the West is taking advantage of their scoring chances here. And now they're going to come out of the defensive zone, but an errant pass will be stolen back. Christian Guignard tried to flip one through the middle. Dangerous area of the ice there. And West can't make anything out of it. Guignard got it back to center. Poked ahead there by Zach Griffin. Now he's going to turn on the wheels. He's got a man back. Looking to send one in front. And a good defensive play by Bill Guite to knock that one away. Could be a 3-on-2 here for the West if they hurry. Pascale, who just scored, cuts in. Right circle, sends it back into the slot. Quick wrist shot, swallowed up by McGibbon, who's been busy here.
Yeah, he most certainly has been here lately. Pascale, the latest goal scorer, 4-year player at South Portland, went on to Stonehill College, where he apparently is still the all-time leader in points and goals, and played a little bit in the ECHL too with the Augusta Lynx.
Well, you could have had him play in the former Pro Showdown
Seems
as well.
that way.
They do have shots up on the board now, 8 apiece, according to the scoreboard. As we come up on 12 minutes remaining in this first half. Again, if you're joining us late, 2 25-minute halves with continuous clock. Here is the East trying to get on the board. A long-range wrister sails over the net from DJ Conley. Now Tommy Ellis steps up and misses. Conley, right wing boards, knocked down by Chris Pascale. This one slammed across the ice. You've noticed there's a couple of sets of brothers on either team here as this one goes down and it's going to be icing. You've got Johnny Asdorian and Jason Asdorian on the East squad, and you've got Robbie Pascale and Chris Pascale on the West.
Yes, that's going to be a theme here as the day goes on. You'll be seeing brothers lined up on the same team here throughout things. Certainly looking forward to the Harts,
Yep.
also playing with their dad in the former pro showdown here. Of course, the Hart brothers. You're very familiar with them, Mike, as players on the Maine Mariners.
And all three will be on the same team, and we'll see if they're all out on the ice at the same time as well. I'm sure they'll try to do that. Here's a pass to the front, gets away, and ends up back at center. And backing up there, Garrett Arnold, and he gets checked by his opposite 18, DJ Conley, but recovered just in time to prevent him from breaking in, and the play goes offside.
Yeah, it certainly does. That's one of those unfortunate plays when you're an attacker at the blue line there. Conley just kind of had the puck check up on him a little bit as he tried to carry it into the zone, and he pulled himself offside with that play.
So we've got 10:20 of running clock remaining in half number one. This one goes down back in below the goal line of the East squad. Almost forgetting the puck there was Jason Asdorian, but he finds Zach Griffin. And this one will slide to the point. Griffin pokes it out, and we're going to have numbers here for the East. Griffin trying to settle the puck down. Buries it across the line, feeds it to the slot. Came all the way over Hannigan on the left wing. He falls down, but recovers enough to keep it, and it's banked off the boards back to the East blue line. Jason Asdorian got it to center. Robert Hannigan, he couldn't move ahead. Bill Guite. And it is cleared back out to the neutral zone. Zach Griffin drops it off, poked out by Sam Cloutier, and carried up the left side. Joe Robinson moving in, cutting wide, vented back door. It was a saucer pass and a tough one to settle down for Cloutier there. Cloutier trying to feed one back in front. This will be banked off the boards and back to center ice. Bill Guite, nice south pass off the boards, takes it down the right wing side, works deep. Looks to center, hits a skate, and backhanded by Jason Asdorian, up and out through center. Might be a 2-on-1. Johnny Asdorian looking for DJ Conley, and the pass just ahead of him by a little bit. Conley settles it, loses it up top, gets some help, but the puck ended up coming across over the blue line, and will be moved back across here by the West. Puck again in neutral ice, got left behind, poked away. Johnny Asdorian might have a breakaway. He's got a man with him now. Conley, Asdorian to Conley, scores! And that will put the East on the board. It's 2-1 as Conley goes to the net and takes a nice pass from Asdorian.
Yeah, that's exactly the play that the East wants. They've been trying to work those 2-on-1s quite a bit here in the period, and they finally are able to get one to go.
Yeah, it's been pretty even as far as offensive chances. And now the score back to a one-goal game. 8 minutes or so remaining, and now we've got a breakaway coming down the other side. Backhander, great save by Liam McGibbon as he denies Sam Cloutier.
Yeah, Cloutier with a good skate down that left wing side, tried to go backhand, but McGibbon shutting the door.
We're down to 7:45 of this running clock in the first half. 2-1. It's the West with the lead. Pass comes across the blue line and is knocked out, and there's going to be a trip. And they are going to call a penalty here. This will be the first penalty of the game once the West touches up, which hasn't happened yet. Well, yeah, now the whistle goes, and our first power play will go to the East as they'll look to tie the game.
Yeah, the penalty goes against Chris Pascale for the trip there. Giovanni Mazzoni making the call. He's been a part of this volunteer officiating crew every year for Checking for Charity, so nice to see him back once again, and he's certainly somebody I've been familiar with. He was an off-ice official with the Portland Pirates while I was broadcasting for them before they unfortunately left town.
Well, let's see what this power play looks like. I don't think they've had much time to work on it. But,
yeah.
But there might be some natural chemistry from power plays past at
You'd
South
hope.
Portland High School. This will be Christian Guignard. He couldn't get it deep. Goes across to Chris King. Fed up ahead and knocked in by Garrett Arnold. By DJ Conley. And it'll be cleared down the ice by the West. 6:40 to go in the first half. The West leads the East 2-1. So glad you're with us here as we approach noon on this Sunday. Michael Keeley with Jeff Mannix. The East ices the puck. The faceoff will come back down.
Yeah, so they'll change up the unit here for the East, but DJ Conley, latest goal scorer here for the East squad, getting them on the board. Has been playing hockey since age 10, a four-year player at South Portland High School, graduated 10 years ago.
The West has done a good job here killing off time, and they keep it in. Robbie Pascale, who had the second West goal, lays this one back to Bill Guite. He's got a C on his sweater. And this one comes back in his neighborhood. 40 seconds left in the tripping penalty to Fitzgibbon. Turning is Derek Merrill, who had the first goal for the West. Makes a nice move away, crosses the blue line. He's got Robinson with him. Merrill's going to try to take this one all the way to the goal, and at the short side post couldn't stuff it in. Flip back out. Not much doing so far in the East power play. They look to get set up one last time. 20 seconds remaining. Pass comes to the right circle, dropped into the slot. Down at the left circle, it's a tough angle shot here. Short side try for Christian Guignard. And it hit the outside of the net. Robert Hannigan leads this one back. Jason Asdorian stashed it down the left boards. Penalty has expired, and we return to 5-on-5 with 5 minutes remaining in half number one. This one down, and no icing here. Kevin Fitzgibbon is on it. He's all by himself with his entire team changing behind the play, so he waits and tries to make a centering pass. And it's looked like it got stuck in the back of the net there. Fitzgibbon will hand it off. Cloutier back behind. Fitzgibbon still with it. Thought for a moment he might try the Michigan move there. A couple too many defenders in the way. Thrown into the slot there off a stick of Jason Asdorian of the East squad. Behind the net, Cloutier again buzzing around, and this will come back to center ice. A little stumble by Guite, but he's got help from Chris Pascale. Pascale throws it up the boards. Back inside the East zone. They're set defensively again. Shots are 9-8 according to the scoreboard in favor of the West, which leads 2-1. And they win the race beating icing out here. Fitzgibbon hacked it around, thrown up the boards. Top of the zone, held in. DJ Conley with a wrister, blocker save. Patrick Cochrane. Banked back out to the neutral ice. Backhanded in by Guite. 3:30 to go. First half. Red squad with a great chance, and it's fired over the net. James Ellis jumped up from his defensive position and shot it over the net. Chris Pascale moves away, smooth skating, out through center. Pascale across the blue line, backhands it in, knocked away by McGibbon. In behind, Cloutier out to the slot, drops it off, one-timer, save, rebound, and it's in. McGibbon got a piece of it, but not quite enough, and Garrett Arnold, I think, was able to trickle it through. It's 3-1 West.
Yeah, Arnold did a good job just setting up in front there. Not sure he got as much of the puck as he wanted, but he got just enough of it to sneak it over the goal line.
That comes with about 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Momentum goal there. Get that 2-goal lead back. I'll admit the game has been lower scoring than I expected. But as you said, Jeff, take some time to get the legs going.
Yeah, Garrett Arnold, one of the guys considered staff from South Portland. He played high school hockey in Spalding, Vermont, and was part of a Division I state championship team there in 2010.
Big scramble there in front of the West net, but they're able to escape. And Robbie Pascale flips one across, a little too far for Joe Robinson. He puts on the brakes and then had his pocket picked. DJ Conley coming away. Conley down the left side across the line. Feeds it to Johnny Asdorian. Dropped it back. Tommy Ellis. And a save by Cochrane. Goes back down low. Flipped out to the front again. Loose puck right around the crease. A couple close calls in the last minute or so. Nice outlet pass there onto the stick of Chris King. He comes across. He gets knocked down from behind by Andrew Whipple. But the West keeps it in. A chance right in front. Guided on goal, and McGibbon dives out to cover as we approach 1 minute remaining in this first half. Throughout the broadcast, we've got some promo videos that were filmed. A lot of great shout-outs, particularly to the Travis Roy Foundation from some big names here in the New England area. I know a couple of them were played in our pregame, but we'll continue to roll those throughout the day. And again, if you'd like to...
Hi, this is Danny Briere from the Mariners, and you're watching live coverage of the 4th Annual Checking for Charity.
CFCmaine.org to get those items. And the raffle will close at 4:30. 7 o'clock, we will have the live drawing right here on Checking for Charity Facebook page. 40 seconds left in the period. Red squad looking for one more before the end. Nice move by Christian Guignard. Throws it to the front and a redirect by Whipple, but he didn't get much on it. Along the right side, Hannigan trying to hold it in. Comes back to the point, knocked away. And Guignard battles away there with Garrett Arnold. Arnold wins the battle. He's got a man wide open in front. The pass, the shot, didn't go. Rebound, scores. No, waved off. Referee waves it off. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first half as the dislodging of the net prevents the West from taking a 4-1 lead. And we're going to go into the half 3-1 in favor of the team in white. Tough break there as Cloutier thought he had one, but that left peg came off its mooring.
Yeah, it sure did, as Garrett Arnold really made the play there. Christian Guignard from the east, maybe thinking the period was going to end a little sooner than it did, as Arnold did a good job with a little stick check on him going into the boards, and then that created the 2-on-0. McGibbon with a big save there, and I guess lucky for him that the net came off behind him.
Well, the officials are having a conference, and I think the West wants this goal. Every goal counts, Jeff.
Every goal does indeed count.
And they might be talking over whether or not they want to count it or not, because both teams have yet to go off the ice. So I think they're invested in this call. All right, we're going to send it to break, get some promo videos in. We'll come back with the second half. 3-1 West over East, and this is Checking for Charity live.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Hopkins. I'm the Executive Director of the South Portland Food Cupboard. I want to take time today just to invite you and encourage you to be a part of South Portland Fire Department's Checking for Charity this year. There's going to be a website we'll give you a little bit later on where you can make a donation. But I just am so thankful that the Fire Department has put on this event, not only this year, but years in the past. And we've been one of the many charities that have been recipients of the funding that has come from this. It's because of our partnership with organizations and individuals and events like this that it makes it possible for us and other charities to do the work that we all need to do. The task at hand is huge, and particularly during the pandemic. And so it takes us...
So my mistake there, the players not going off the ice, just a brief intermission between halves, and we're underway with the second half, and a big slap shot is stopped. Rebound, oh, good save there by Cochrane as the Red squad continues to put the pressure on, trying to close this gap back to one. A chance there for Tommy Ellis fired wide. Teams did not switch sides, so they remain shooting in the same directions. This one will be dropped back to the point, kept in by Jason Asdorian. He tried to hand it off and turned over and fed up. Might be a 2-on-0 break here. Joe Robinson, he's behind the D. Robinson in, shoots, scores. Glove side, Joe Robinson. It's 4-1 West.
Yeah, no chance there for McGibbon on the low shot to the glove side. That puck didn't get much more than 9 inches off the ice. Good shot by Robinson and a good finish there of a breakaway opportunity.
So the West putting some separation between themselves and the East with a 3-goal lead now. And the East will look to get the next one as DJ Conley's wrist shot got blocked by Bill Guite. And it will be recovered by Robert Hannigan at center. Moved across here to the left side. Carried in by Tommy Ellis. Ellis from a bad angle. Jeff, the West squad doing a good job of keeping the East to the outside, I'm noticing.
Yes, they most certainly are here. And Robinson, the last goal scorer, played hockey for both South Portland High and for Bridgeton Academy here in Maine, and was all-state in his junior and senior seasons. And he has coached the South Portland Red Riots as well for 14 years.
Big thanks to everybody tuning in on the Checking for Charity Facebook squad, as well as Season Cast. And again, please share the link, whether you are on Facebook or on Season Cast, and help us widen our audience here. We're here for 3 games till about 4 o'clock. Second game will begin around 1. That is the Firefighter Classic, featuring most of the guys that are responsible for organizing this great event. And the final game at 2:30 is the Former Pro Showdown. Just underway in the second half of this one. The West leads the East 4-1. This is the Red Riot Challenge. South Portland High School alumni and staff and coaches. The West had a 2-0 lead. The East cut it in half, but the last 2 scored by the West. Merrill, Pascale, Arnold, and Robinson have scored for the West. DJ Conley with the lone goal for the East. Face off down to the left of Patrick Cochrane. And the pass through the middle there for Matt Mills doesn't connect, and will be shot back in by Tommy Ellis. Bill Guite for the West. We'll bank this one up ahead. Taken away near center. And then over skated, and a missed opportunity there as Johnny Asdorian didn't see the 2-on-1 that was developing. Garrett Arnold with a wrist shot that got stopped by Liam McGibbon. Top of the zone, and coming off the bench, West able to prevent that rush. Working his way down the boards, Derek Merrill. Bad angle try misses, and this is going to come to center. Guite in pursuit of it, watched by Johnny Asdorian. Shots on the board, 14-13 in favor of the West. The West in the white jerseys, the East in the red sweaters. Through center ice, it is carried across right side by Matt Mills. Pushed around the boards, Robert Hannigan at the left point. Trying to pinch was Merrill, broken up. Here's Johnny Asdorian on the right side, 2-on-1 with Zach Griffin. Asdorian, top shelf, short side. What a goal, and it's 4-2 as the East gets one back.
Asdorian with the goal there probably made the right play. A lot of those 2-on-1s, the East squad has tried to pass it off. Asdorian there just decided to take the shot himself, and it works.
He's been one of the more noticeable offensive players for the Red squad. I think I remarked earlier he was getting a lot of ice time, but he has had the offense really churning as this pass comes up ahead. A chance for Zach Griffin to bring it in. He hands it off. DJ Conley with a chance. Rebound, Griffin, and then Conley tried to go up top and got too much air under it and put it off the netting. So the East is trying to skate off momentum of that last goal and closes to a 1-goal game. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. There it is. There it is. They heard me.
Indeed. Johnny Asdorian played for South Portland High School from 2001 to 2004 and was part of a South Portland High School team that actually traveled to Iceland and Sweden to play some international games over that time. Wonder if they ran into Gunnar Stahl and the boys in their travels from Iceland.
Another scramble here, and aggressive play by Patrick Cochrane, who's out of his crease to the right of the net, to his right at least, and smothering that one. And a big thanks to all of our Checking for Charity sponsors. We'll try to give shout-outs to all of them throughout the day. But the 4 platinum-level sponsors, Keenan Excavation, the Maine Mariners, Four River Brewing, and New Center Maine. And we'll continue on. So many great businesses sponsoring this event. Here's a backhand right through the goal mouth. Ends up back into the corner. Jason Asdorian in behind. Short side try there for Griffin. East team feeling it now as they are putting the heat on. The pass tried to get to the front of the net, didn't work, and it's slammed back to center ice. Tommy Ellis tried to move it across. Conley looks like he's out of gas, and no icing called there. Now in the slot, he got knocked away. 4-on-1 rush
Yikes.
here for the White. Pascale, Robbie carries in, centers, shot blocked, and out to center it goes.
3-on-1 the other way.
Brought in by DJ Conley, and that one is saved by Cochrane, who took a quick peek behind him, but he had it swallowed up. Yeah, some trading of odd man rushes there.
You like that? That's fine. Have a little freewheeling hockey.
Yeah, you'll probably see more of that as the game goes on.
No doubt.
Guys are going to lose a little bit in the tank. But like you said, it's fun to watch. Back it comes to the blue line. This one broken up. And maybe a 3-on-1. Matt Mills will hand it off. Here's Cloutier right in. He scores! Sam Cloutier put that one under the crossbar with authority. And the West has responded and restored their 3-goal lead. It's 5-2.
Yeah, great play by Cloutier once again. He's the assistant athletic director for South Portland High. Has played hockey for 16 years, and he actually played for a pretty darn good high school hockey team here in the state of Maine. That's at Lewiston High School, who has pretty much the most state championships of anybody in the state. They're somewhere over 25 now, I believe, at the Class A level. He also played for the prep team at Hebron Academy.
17 minutes remaining in regulation time. Again, if the game is close in the final minutes, the clock will have stoppages, but we've been running time to this point. Derek Merrill holding it, slowing things down for the West, and tried to throw it up the middle, but Tommy Ellis recovers for the East and banks it back ahead. Johnny Asdorian, left wing circle, trying to clear it out in front for Andrew Whipple, who couldn't get a stick on it. Pushed by James Ellis back down the boards, and now it pops up into the netting. Matt Mills and Garrett Arnold assisting on the Cloutier goal, and haven't been able to, I don't know if you have, Jeff, I've been able to keep up with the assists on all the goals. But
I've been trying my best to. Haven't been able to do it on every single one, but
I think they're keeping an official score sheet down there, so maybe those stats will be made available later. I'm sure the players want to know their stats, no doubt about that.
They always do.
Derek Merrill moves it around to his defense, or this is actually the forward, Joe Robinson. Up ahead to Chris King. Trickled across the line, just onside, but quickly knocked out. And now Liam Ellis able to win the battle and spin it in, but he blows a tire, and the puck goes off the backboards, back out in front, and Cochrane covers it up.
Yeah, good job by Cochrane puck tracking there to just make sure it didn't get into a dangerous area for him. Just smothers that right away.
Again, big thanks to 12 North Agency providing the great pictures you're seeing on the screen. Just beautiful high-definition video quality as well as that score overlay. 5-2, West with the lead. Zach Griffin carries in, swings it in front, trying to get it to DJ Conley, but it jumped over his stick. Kept in by Christian Guignard at the point. Hacked back around to Bill Guite. He looks up ahead, and his pass deflects. It comes across. Chris King filters one through to Joe Robinson, goes off his stick and back down into the corner. Jason Asdorian worked it around. Kevin Fitzgibbon couldn't keep it in. Out to center ice and a race for it here. DJ Conley got a man going to the front of the net. The pass, and Zach Griffin could not get a stick on it, but it comes right back to him down low. He backhands one out into the slot. DJ Conley throws it off the outside of the net. Battles again in the corner. 14:25 to go in this game. 5-2, West leading East. The puck not far enough down for icing. Tommy Ellis out of his defensive zone for the East squad. Had it knocked away by Garrett Arnold. And that is fed up just to the blue line, but not across it. And that will allow Cloutier to move back down low. This one past the skate of Hannigan, held in at the point again by the West. Between the circles, wrist shot, score! Robbie Pascale, his second goal of the game. He's the first player with multiple goals, and it's 6-2 West.
Yeah, Pascale with a good shot there. Was thinking shot the whole way. As soon as he kept it in at the left point, gets to the top of the circles and rifles that one through traffic and by McGibbon.
He had the second goal for the West, and now he has the 6th goal. So far, there's been a lot of different players on the score sheet, though. Again, that was the first multiple goal effort we have seen. This one ends up back at the east blue line. Johnny Asdorian is on it. Leaves it to Jason. This one will be bounced across the blue line. Johnny Asdorian frees himself up. Tries to flip one down for James Ellis, but he was tied up nicely. And we've got a penalty coming. I believe it's going to be to the West again. No, maybe not. This is going against the East for high sticking, I beg your pardon. So the West is going to get their first power play. Some chirping going on over there. Probably in good-hearted
I was going to say good-natured, it looked like, as Ellis gets called here for the high stick. James Ellis, from the looks of it, he kind of nailed Chris Pascale in the face mask, but they were just joshing back and forth as it looked like James Ellis just telling him, "I'm just trying to play the puck."
So the East power play didn't do much on their first opportunity. We'll see what the West can do. Clean face-off win. Chris Pascale works it across to Robbie. Down the boards. Came right to the front of the net. Score! So that West power play doesn't take long to convert. That's Garrett Arnold with his second goal. And the West is pulling away. They're now up 7-2.
Yeah, this Red Riot Challenge is headed towards the West. That is for sure with 12 minutes to go. But another goal here for them. They're really pouring the pressure on.
We're going to try to visit with Leroy, father of Travis Roy, prior to the second game, which is slated to start around 1 o'clock. And that will be the Firefighter Classic, so stay tuned for that. See if the East can try to make a game of it here in the last 12 minutes. The West controlling the puck again, and a little trouble there by Guite at the point. And he will trickle it across the blue line. Good job to stay onside there. And once again, the West able to maintain it. Now it's flipped out, but big Derek Merrill waiting back there. And he'll hand it ahead. Wrist shot and a save by McGibbon. Back to center it comes. And Christian Guignard couldn't get anywhere. It'll be pitched back by Fitzgibbon to Bill Guite, who dribbled up ahead. Looks like the West squad is leaving a defenseman back, trying to protect their lead. Nice little move there. Guignard through the neutral zone. Carries it in. Tries to make a behind-the-back move. Didn't work. Guite takes it away and feeds it up the boards. And Fitzgibbon fed it across, trying to get the return pass from Robinson. Goes back to Robinson, far corner. Robinson trying to send it out in front, hit the side of the net, paddled down by McGibbon, the goaltender. Kevin Fitzgibbon in behind. And this will be chipped down. We're going to have another race. Asdorian's going to beat the icing. He's got Whipple behind him, out into the slot now. Saucer pass. Whipple couldn't take it out of the air. Whipple in behind. Looking back for Asdorian, out of his reach. Turned over again. Now a 3-on-0 right in front of the net. Oh, that one hit the post, I believe. Came back across. Bad break there for Griffin. Looked like he had a sure goal lined up. And then a lead pass here. It connects. Breakaway chance. Save. Rebound. Smothered by McGibbon. And it remains 7-2 despite glorious chances for both teams.
Absolutely. McGibbon played that well for sure. And, yeah, the 3-on-0 at the other end. It looked, at least from my angle, Mike, that it was a knob of the stick save there for Cochrane. Don't know that he knew much about it, but he'll take it.
Yeah, I didn't hear the ping, so you're probably right. The shot from the point kicked out by McGibbon. Pressure, I'm sure the East team is going to be trying to take some chances, sneak some guys cherry pick style if they can. Might have a 3-on-2 here. DJ Conley makes a move at the blue line, gets tripped up, drops it back, and a shot is kicked out by Cochrane. He's been steady, and he makes another save on the rebound chance for Zach Griffin again. Griffin trying to keep it in down low, banks it behind. Conley battles away with Chris Pascale. 9 minutes remaining in this game. The West has pulled away here in the second half with a 7-2 lead. In fact, they have 4 of the 5 goals in the second half. Back to the point, the shot is knocked down. Brought away, 4-on-2 for the West. Pass could not be handled by Matt Mills, but he stays onside. No, he doesn't. Offside is the call.
Yeah, it was Arnold that was in the zone just a little too long. Couldn't quite get out in time for that carry in, but the East appears, or the West, I should say, appears on their way to the victory here in this one, up 7-2. They've played well. Looks like the experience factor has been helping them. It's definitely a mixed roster, but that West appears it's players that were, I guess, of the older South Portland generation for the most part, compared to the East squad, which is a lot of the more recent high school graduates.
Zach Griffin has it in the left wing corner for the East with under 8 minutes to go. Plays it down low. They try to set up a man in the slot. Hannigan got pushed back to the corner. Hey, bad angle goal goes in. As Zach Griffin just threw it from the goal line, it got caught up in the pads of Cochrane. And it was Griffin who was robbed by the stick knob earlier, so gets some good hockey karma there. And it's now 7-3.
Yeah, good play by Griffin. Good smart play, too, right along the ice. Try to take advantage of that hole that was left open by Cochrane, and he indeed is able to bank it off the skate and in.
So 7-3, still going to take a Herculean comeback, but we'll see. Whipple brings it in. Whipple plays it to the slot. Asdorian, and I don't know if he was trying to go back to Whipple there or what, but he slid it wide. Bill Guite back in behind. Sends it over far boards to Chris King. And now up for Kevin Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon will throw it to the front of the net. It'll deflect back into the corner. I see Beacon the Puffin has arrived.
I indeed see
down there.
Beacon as well.
Hard to miss him.
Indeed. He seems to be quite happy to see you.
I don't know why that is. Here's a pass going down the ice. There's going to be no icing. And, or I guess they are. Maybe it's automatic icing because Whipple was definitely going to be there, get there first. And the faceoff will come all the way back down. Not 100% sure what rule book we're playing by, but
seems like the high school rules.
Yes, that's right. I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
6:14 left in this running clock, which probably will run all the way through here with a 4-goal lead. If the East gets a couple of more, then that might change things. They've got the puck, down by 4 goals. Christian Guignard leaves it to Tommy Ellis. Ellis trying to make his way through. That's offside. As James Ellis was looking skyward there. He was in the zone a few strides before the puck. Looks like they'll drop this one just outside the blue line of the West. East is actually winning the shot battle, 21-19.
Yeah, that's where I think there'll be a few East players kind of upset here at the end of the game because there's been plenty of scoring chances for sure. They just haven't taken advantage.
Yeah, I think it seems like the chemistry has been a little bit better on the West as far as catching passes and staying on side and those little things. Here's Merrill from the point. Sends one wide. Did not get a deflection. Matt Mills will push it back around. Merrill waiting for it again. And almost had it knocked away, but he's able to keep it. Throws it back down to the opposite corner. Mills trying to swing it in front. It got blocked off. Sent back up top. Merrill will bank this one to the far boards. Cloutier down low. Comes back to the right point. Guite throws that one through. Knocked out with the pads of McGibbon. And now waiting back at center ice is Johnny Asdorian. He's all by himself, and he's defended by Guite nicely. 4.5 minutes remaining. 7-3. The West over the East. Game 1 of 3. The 4th annual Checking for Charity from Trove Arena. Michael Keeley and Jeff Mannix with you. This is Robbie Pascale, who has 2 goals. Garrett Arnold also has 2. They're the offensive leaders for the West, although admittedly I don't have all the assists. This one comes into the slot. One-timer right off the loose puck, and a good save by Cochrane as that shot had a lot of steam on it. And we get a whistle and stoppage and play.
Yeah, the puck skipped out of play after the second save from Cochrane there is up off his stick, then the netting in the near corner, but definitely some pressure being applied here by the East, trying to crawl back in late.
I see Beacon creeping his way down toward the benches. We'll see if he gets any ice time. This one is shot wide from the right side. East just going to try to fire everything on net here to try to make a late push. Fed up top for Tommy Ellis. He'll let it go. It deflects, but doesn't go on net. Comes back to Jason Asdorian. And stolen back by the West squad. They come out through center. Cloutier looking in front. He couldn't connect with Mills. Yep, that was Matt Mills. Nope, it wasn't. It was 18, Arnold. Robert Hannigan couldn't get that one over to Zach Griffin. Brought back in. Cloutier, the puck on a string, and he tried to feed Mills that time. He couldn't. Now numbers the other way for the East. They need a goal here. Tommy Ellis makes his way through. Cuts wide. Tries to throw it in front. Off the stick of the goaltender, Cochrane. Back to the blue line. Hannigan. His shot is knocked away and comes back to center. Joe Robinson for the West. Robinson cuts to the slot, to the right circle. Shoots now, hits the outside of the net. Christian Guignard going to flip one up, hoping it'll come out of the zone. Eventually it will, and then knocked back in again, offside. So with just about 2 minutes to go, they have stopped the clock, 2:14. So it has been deemed to be close enough of a game to stop the clock. I don't know what the exact cutoff is, but hey, you never know. You could get some quick strike offense.
Indeed.
The puck dropped just outside the East blue line here. Couldn't push it up. James Ellis, that was. Also, I think part of it is we're on a pretty good schedule here. It's not even 12:30. The next game scheduled for 1. This one back to the blue line of the West. Merrill, no particular hurry. Throws this one ahead. Fitzgibbon challenged by Whipple. Whipple knocks this one in. It jumps over the stick of Guite. And Merrill on it again. Merrill flips one up the middle, down the ice. It's going to go wide of the net, and we'll be icing. 1:39 remaining.
You never know, though, Mike. With hockey, goals can come fast and frequent. I, in fact, called a game earlier this week where I called 4 goals in a 2-minute, 49-second span. So you never know, and that was at the collegiate level. So we'll see.
This one will make its way out to center as Robinson tried to step ahead. Guite will move it across. And is carried in by Merrill. Merrill going to get all the way to the net, and he takes a nice little snapshot there that got kicked out. And this one whistled down. Was it a glove pass called by the referee there? Thought he made the glove pass signal. But 1:16 to go.
1:16 to go, indeed. Yeah, I think you're right, Mike. It looks like Beacon's kind of itching to get on the ice.
He's getting closer and closer to that home bench. This one is hacked from top of the left circle. Doesn't get through. Pushed up ahead. Carried by Andrew Whipple. Looking for Johnny Asdorian. But pass behind him. And 1 minute remaining now in this game. This one pushed up ahead. Fitzgibbon. He's able to get free. And he scores. The cherry on top for the West. As Fitzgibbon makes it 8-3 in the last minute.
Yeah, good play there. A little bit of a mistake by Guignard, but it results in another goal here, and Fitzgibbon gets himself on the board.
53.6. Again, 2 players with 2 goals, Robbie Pascale and Garrett Arnold. Other than that, it's been a pretty balanced attack for the West. 40 seconds to go. Whipple trying to send it out in front. Ellis, James Ellis. Puck comes back to center and is fed over on the right side. Matt Mills racing after Guignard. Guignard needs some help as Cloutier comes in. Mills able to win that battle in around the back of the net. 20 seconds to go. Pascale pushed it down for Cloutier out in front. And the pass in and out of the skates of Robbie Pascale. 10 seconds to go. Thrown across the ice. And time will expire, and game one is in the books. 8-3, the West takes down the East. And a good game to start the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
Yeah, it most certainly was here, Mike. Some good chances both ways, but definitely a lot more finish from the West than the East here in this one. But great performance. This was a fun way to start our day.
We will take a timeout and come back in probably about 15 minutes and have game number 2, which will be the Firefighter Classic. 8-3 the final in the Red Riot Challenge as the West defeats the East. Stick with us. You're watching day-long coverage of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
This is Maine Mariners head coach Riley Armstrong, and I'm excited to be playing in the 4th annual Checking for Charity on Sunday, March 14th at the Trube Ice Arena. This year's event will be streamed live online, so be sure to tune in and go to cfcmaine.org for more information and pull out your wallets to make a donation.
Hey there, it's Billy Jaffe, and I wanted to say a few words about Travis Roy and I guess what he meant to me. And I didn't know him personally for that long. I haven't been in the New England area for that long, but I had the great fortune of getting to know him quickly and getting invited to his event, in particular his big game around the Beanpot. And when I got to know him, I really understood what everybody had said about him, how special he was, how he was making the best of just an awful situation, and how not many people felt that they'd be able to do what he was able to do given his circumstance. And after I met him the first time and had a chance to really talk with him, I got it. Simply understood. Special person, amazing human being, one of the strongest, if not the strongest human I've ever met. His ability to make something special, I mean really special, out of just an awful circumstance is amazingly impressive. I always felt good after I spoke with Travis, whether it was via an email or at an event. I always felt like he helped put my priorities back in line. And I just want to say thank you for everything you've done, for all the money that you're raising. Congratulations on an amazing effort. And it's people like you and people like Travis that really make the world a special place. We need more people like Travis. Hopefully, not many people will have to suffer like him, but we need strong-willed, very driven people like him. Again, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for everything that you will do. Travis Roy Foundation is still incredibly important to me, as I know it is to you, and I look forward to supporting it for a long time to come.
Hi guys, this is Dale Arnold, host of the Boston Bruins games on Nesson. But way back 100 years ago when I began my professional career, it was with the Maine Mariners. Part of the incredible rink crew that we had at what was then the Cumberland County Civic Center was Lee Roy. And Lee used to bring his son around to the rink all the time, cute little tow-headed blonde kid who would run around the rink picking up rolls of tape and broken sticks, and ended up becoming an honorary stick boy, even though I think he was about 5 years old at the time. Long story short, years progressed. I go to Boston, and I'm doing Boston University hockey with Mike Eruzione, when all of a sudden, out of the blue, into the broadcast booth before the game comes Leroy and his son Travis. They were taking Travis's official recruiting visit with Jackie Parker and the BU Terriers, and Travis and I talked for about 15 minutes, and I convinced him that this would be the greatest place to go play college hockey on the planet. You know what happened? You know what happened with Travis's one and only college hockey shift. But I can tell you, he was never defined by that. He was a great kid. He developed into an incredible man. and he developed into someone that I came to know and admire through the years. Last fall, after Travis's passing, Lee and I spent about an hour on the phone telling stories, laughing, crying, and talking about Travis and the impact he had on so many people, including me, by the way. He was an incredible person. He comes from an incredible family. He comes from good, hearty Maine stock, and I know the people back home are so proud of who he became and the good that he spread. He never let himself be defined by what happened in that short one shift of college hockey. He never let himself be defined by the struggles and trials that he had to overcome as the years went on. Now, don't get me wrong, there were bad days. He and I talked about it at times. But for the most part, he approached every single day with a smile. He approached every day looking to what he could do to help other people. And it's what I admire so much about Travis. The legacy of the Travis Roy Foundation is unbelievable. The fundraising efforts that you guys are undertaking on his behalf fill my heart. I can't thank you enough. I'm really happy to be a part of this whole thing. I'm always happy to talk about Travis. And thank you again, all of you, for what you're doing. It really means a lot, and I sincerely appreciate it.
This is Maine Mariners head coach Riley Armstrong, and I'm excited to be playing in the 4th annual Checking for Charity on Sunday, March 14th at the True Ice Arena. This year's event will be streamed live online, so be sure to tune in and go to cfcmaine.org for more information and pull out your wallets to make a donation.
Hey, Tom Karen here from Nesson, the Red Sox, Boston Bruins coverage. Just want to give a shout out to everyone and what a great job you guys are doing. Checking for Charity is such a cool event because it brings together your love of hockey, your passion for the sport, and creates awareness and raises funds for some great causes. And I know that the Travis Roy Foundation is such an amazing group. I've known Travis. I got to know him as a young man, as a high school player. When I was working up at Portland, Maine, before he came to Nesson, I actually did play-by-play of his high school state championship, so I saw him play. Literally one of the best players to come out of Maine. And for him to live his dream and to see it come true playing at Boston University on the night they raised the championship banner. We all dwell on what happened and the courage he showed, and rightfully so, everything he did after the incident, but I often like to think back on everything he meant to the people of Maine and everything he did as a young player. You know, for a long time, people would go to the Yarmouth Public Library and actually check out the tape of his high school championship to watch him play. And it was so devastating to all of us who love Travis to lose him last year. His parents, Brenda and Lee, have shown such great courage, like their son Travis. I can't imagine taking a moment like that and turning it into a life well lived, a life with impact, a life that impacted so many other people and helped so many other people along the way. His legacy is that work continues. The Travis Roy Foundation continues that work. And all of you, the South Portland professional firefighters, everyone at Checking for Charity, is honoring him in a way and creating an event to create funds in a way that I think Travis would really appreciate. So thank you for doing this, guys. It means a lot to a lot of us. Hopefully I'll get up there when things are better and actually get to see this in person one of these days. But in the meantime, again, a stick tap to all of you for doing such a great thing with this event. Thank you.
This is Maine Mariners head coach Riley Armstrong, and you're watching live coverage of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
Yep.
Hey, Tom Karen here from Nesson, the Red Sox, Boston Bruins.
All right, everyone, welcome back to our day-long coverage of Checking for Charity here on Checking for Charity Facebook as well as Season Cast. Michael Keeley, Jeff Mannix. We've got a special guest here from the Travis Roy Foundation, the father of Travis Roy, Lee Roy. Lee, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm having a ball. The first game as I just came out of the locker room, and I was shocked. 2/3 of both teams knew me from my days here, doing all I did with hockey. So it was really fun to catch up with some of the old timers that way.
Well, that's where I was going to start, because on Thursday night on the stream you mentioned you weren't sure how many people were going to remember you, but it sounds like pleasantly surprised.
I was almost shocked, to be honest with you. It was really interesting. One of the players, Merrill, as soon as I was standing up here and I saw the kids just come out on the ice and start to skate, I said, I know that kid just from his stride, because Merrill, South Portland product, had the ability to skate like none of the other kids in his classes and so forth.
Well, what did you think of the level of hockey there, then?
I was pleasantly surprised. It was. I thought the goalies, in a shootout, usually a fair like that, the goalies don't fare very well, and they did. They came up with some good saves, and both looked good. The one team had a little more scoring than the other, but the main thing and the thing that Travis would have emphasized, and I said to him in the locker room afterwards, did you have fun? And every one of them, big smile on their face, they had a ball. And that's really everything that the Travis Roy Foundation, all the different fundraisers, that would be the one thing that Travis always said, whether it's the Trobe Arena, Madison Square Garden, where we did 3 events there, the United Center Chicago, it was the same message. Hey, go out and have fun. So Trav would be real pleased that see all the happy faces from the first group. Professional firefighters, I'm surprised at the ability I'm seeing out here. They got some skaters.
We'll find out in a couple minutes. Jeff, you want to jump in?
Absolutely. Lee, with the Travis Roy Foundation, you've done so much good over the years, but tell us about some of the stuff you've been doing more recently. How are you trying to further mobility?
Well, I guess if people aren't aware that the 2 missions of the foundation is, one, 50% roughly goes to other spinal cord survivors to make their lives and that of their loved ones a little bit better, be able to move forward, hopefully a little bit, if not more than that. And then the other is to research, the 50% to research. And we continue. Our mission is still the same, driving forces both ways. This is only the second event we've had in COVID.
Wow.
The other was a similar event in Connecticut 3 weeks ago at an outdoor arena, which was really fun. So, like most nonprofits, Jeff, we're hurting because we just can't have events. And so the coffers, we were fortunate that we had a really successful wiffle ball tournament this past summer. It was virtual.
Yeah.
Okay, and we had an auction online. We had virtual games online. We did some other fun things. And I truly don't understand it. The non-event that we had raised $362,000. So that really carried us through the pandemic, because we thought if we can raise $50,000, we'll do good, And the support was incredible. The other thing that's really helped us tremendously, and it's a good thing, it's a sad thing, that the tributes that have been paid to Travis since his death probably is close to $800,000 that has been given to the foundation, as well as Tabor Academy he was on the board of trustees. They sent us a list of 48 gifts that people made to the school, and then there are other foundations and people who support other charities. So it's been good, but it's a tough year for nonprofits and charities to survive almost. But we had a little bit in the piggy bank and then the wiffle ball. So this checking for charities. I met Chris and Mike and Tom and others, and they started out raising $6,000, $8,000 the first year. Yeah. Well, the first year wiffle ball, we raised $4,000. When we had the good wiffle ball 2019, 32 teams raised over $750,000 in one weekend.
Wow.
And these guys now are hoping they're going to make 30. So, you take the percentage-wise and everything, and it's the little bits for charities. It's not the big, huge donation. It's lots of moms and dads and kids and people be involved who raise $5, $10, $15, $25. Mm-hmm. And this is just a great event. And I love, yes, this year it's a little more maybe going to the Travis Roy Foundation, but I love what the professional firefighters are doing in South Portland in spreading the money out the way they do to so many different needy, deserving charities and so forth. So, we're just glad that the foundation could be a little part of it, and certainly having the ball up here watching.
And we're certainly glad you're involved, Lee, and continue to carry on Travis' legacy. And we know he's watching and smiling down on what he's seeing here today, and happy to see everybody having fun out there. So thanks again for being with us. Hope you enjoy the rest of the event, and good luck moving forward.
Great. Thank you very much, both
Thank
of
you so much, Lee.
Doing a great job, and production-wise, it's I can't believe how good it is.
Oh, we can thank Bill over here for that.
Absolutely. So. Bill, thank you. Certainly. So,
hey, all.
Talking with you.
This past year, Maine lost one of its most inspirational and beloved individuals, Travis Roy. Travis, his family, and I go way back to when Travis and his sister Toby attended summer camps at North Yarmouth Academy. Although I never got to see Travis play growing up, I'll never forget the horrible news and video of his tragic accident. But through that same will and determination that possessed Travis to defy odds and play Division I hockey at Boston University, he went on to a life as an inspirational speaker and started a foundation to help spinal cord injury research and victims. This year, the Checking for Charity event has made the Travis Roy Foundation one of its beneficiaries. You can make a donation at www.cfcmaine.org. Thank you for your support.
Welcome back, everyone, to Trobe Arena. Michael Keeley and Jeff Mannix, a special guest out taking the opening face-off of the Firefighter Classic, Beacon the Puffin of the Maine Mariners. Having some fun there off the opening draw, and I guess that was a false start, so we're going to have the real one coming up right here. This game featuring the Ladder Company in red, the Engine Company in white, all local firefighters, many of whom on the Checking for Charity committee that put this great event together. And we'll see how long Beacon stays out there for this opening shift. I'm interested to see. We're underway with game two. Looks like he's going to go right to the bench.
An immediate shift change.
Well, we'll see if he gets another shift, because I think he's going to go sit down on the bench. So we'll monitor that situation. The Ladder Company will dump this one down, and they're going to call icing. The goaltending matchup for the Ladder Company, Graham Hart. And for the Engine Company, Toby Farrington, one of the big-time organizers of this event. He helped put all the rosters together for all three games. And now he's in the spotlight in between the pipes.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Toby has been a part of this from the very beginning, and I remember the very first year of this, it seemed like he was under siege the whole way through. I think he ended up giving up 9 goals, but probably made about 55 saves or so in the process.
Well, the first game went in the Red Riot Challenge, the West defeating the East 8-3. And we'll see what the over-under is in this one. It was discussed a lot on the stream we had Thursday night previewing this event. The ladder company keeping this one in, and a pass to the slot was intended for Josh Dell'Aquilla. Goes back to the point, and this one trickles down, and Toby had to be careful there, covering that one right off the goal line there, down to his right. If you're just tuning in and you missed the opening game, there are two 25-minute periods of running time. The final 2 minutes of the second half will be stoppages if it is close enough, and there were in the first game. 2:30, the former pro showdown will cap off our day. Thanks again to Leroy for joining us. What a great guy. It's, just so positive and cheerful and friendly, and just a great ambassador for everything his son stood for. Here's the ladder company trying to keep the offensive pressure on. Taken away by Dan Musser of the engine company. Most of these firefighters are South Portland professional firefighters, but there are a few scattered from other organizations throughout Maine. That one fired by Rumery to the front of the net. Comes around and back out to center. And this one will be recovered by Jess LeClaire from the South Portland. Taken back as passes are having trouble connecting here early on. This is Dave Barrett putting it on goal, and Toby sends that one off to the side. We're about 3 minutes into game number 2. Kyle Ehlers drops it back. Jess LeClaire also serving as an official. She should be working the third game, the former pro showdown. This one moves up ahead to Zach Tooker, and a save made by Graham Hart. And play is called. Faceoff will stay in the ladder company end.
Referee lost sight of the puck there, thought it was trapped by the goaltender. It wasn't, but, you know, you see that happen every now and again, and everybody's all right with it, especially in a fun little game like this.
Here's a goal, the first goal of the game, just to the right of the net. That one is slammed in by Zach Tooker, I think.
Yep.
And 1-0 Engine Company here early on.
Yeah, they've been putting a lot of pressure here early on Graham Hart, the netminder from Haverhill, Massachusetts, coming up for this one here for Ladder Company. But a good start to this one.
Zach Tooker from South Portland. And he's got the puck again here on the near side. We had all of these players generously give us some biographical information. Zach says he grew up playing baseball as well. Grew up in Westfield, Mass. Started playing hockey in 1997. Played club hockey at SMCC. Now the ladder company trying to answer. The backhander was knocked out by Toby Farrington. And down the ice, we'll see if this makes it for icing. They're going to wave it off.
It's interesting. I didn't realize SMCC had a club hockey team at one point. I feel like I should know that. I call an awful lot of SMCC sports.
Michael Devoid trying to make his way through. He had it knocked away. Devoid from the Portland Firefighters trying to clear that one out in front. Back it comes to Justin Robosh. And this will be punched off the glass and down. This one I think will make it for icing. Yes, it will. We'll come back. It's a 4-1 shot advantage for Engine Company in the early going.
Yeah, I wonder, just because of seeing the names on some of the Engine Company players here with Mike Norton on that team, Jess LeClaire on that team, Toby Farrington's playing for them. I almost feel like they maybe tried to stack the roster in their favor. That's what it's starting to look like anyway in the early going.
Jess LeClaire is in the Maine Sports Hall of Fame.
That she is.
Thanks to Jerry Gilbert on Facebook for passing that tidbit along.
Yeah, inducted in 2019, in fact, just a year after she was a referee at the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics in women's hockey.
Jim Wilson trying to move that one down low. And it's going to be thrown out of the reach of Jason Johnson, and we'll have another icing here. And once again, we talked about it a little bit in the first game. Going to take some time to get on the same page as far as passes go. That's why we're seeing a bunch of icings early on.
Eventually these will start clicking. You'd think so anyway.
Face off to the right of Toby Farrington. Dell'Aquilla wins it, but mishandled up top by Brett Jones. Jim Wilson flips this one ahead, and it's carried straight in by Dell'Aquilla. He plays it off to Phil Rumery. Over on the right side, challenged by Jess LeClaire. Jess trying to push it to a teammate, but Ladder Company keeping the pressure on. Dave Barrett, he'll play it out in front. Chance here, backhander just wide from Phil Rumery. Loose puck behind the net. Oh, good save by Toby on Dell'Aquilla. Trying to make a little wraparound from below the goal line. Kyle Ehlers makes his way out. Ehlers is going to cross the blue line on the right side. Try to drop it off to Dan Musser. Knocked away out to center ice, and nice defensive play there to disrupt. And that was Mike Norton, the head honcho here, checking for Charity. He prevented a 2-on-1.
He most certainly did, and we'll definitely see him back on the blue line for sure quite a bit. Although one of his other co-organizers, Josh Perry, I see out there at number 11 on Ladder Company's side on the Reds. So at least one of the organizers goes to the Ladder Company here for today's game. Hey, how about that shot?
Michael Devoid ripping it past the stick side of Toby Farrington from the point. And the Ladder Company answers. It's 1-1.
Yeah, good shot there. Quick face-off win. Just throw it at the net. That's what coaches always tell you. And Michael Devoid, the Portland firefighter playing for Ladder Company here, ties it up.
Grew up in Berwick. Started playing around 6 years old in Rochester, New Hampshire. Now racing down the right side. Norton goes flying into the corner. And it is tossed across. Tooker trying to get to it. And recovered by Devoid. Bank to center ice. 16:15 to go. First half, each team with a goal. Jason Swinburne tries to move it across. And this will be taken back by Mike Norton. Trying to get this one out of the zone. And he will as it bounces to center. And it might be a 3-on-2 for Engine Company. Tooker tried to feed J.P. Adams from Lewiston, but got away from him. Jason Swinburne, down he goes. Rumery from the point, and this one goes wide of the net to the right of the goal. Thrown back out in front, or tried to be. Jess LeClaire will hold the left point, but only for a moment. Taken back by Ladder Company, then unable to see the pass there was Justin Robosch. And Engine Company with possession again. Free puck in the neutral zone. It comes back to Tucker Holt. Carried across ice, wrist shot, and save. And Tucker's jersey says Rumery on the back, but we were told that's Tucker Holt, number 12 on white. Phil Rumery's number 12 on red.
Indeed. Yeah, I think we see a few. I mean, everybody has two jerseys usually,
Yeah.
so clearly some jersey swapping going on here. So everybody all matches up, and yes, some of the names on the back are not indicative of who is playing in them in some instances.
Yeah, Jess LeClaire has a Josh Perry's jersey as well, so that's
Exactly.
good call there. Jim Wilson. Here's a pass from Engine Company trying to set something up in front. Away down the left side, Robosch. Got it across the line, left it behind, gets it back again. Trying to send it down low, thrown around the boards by Holt. Now we're going to have a battle with two aside. Comes into the slot, and this is going to be slapped down the ice. This will be icing against Engine Company. So, low-scoring game here so far, one aside. Hey, a reminder, everybody go to cfcmaine.org to donate to the cause, and you can also purchase raffle tickets up until 4:30. Drawings will happen at 7 o'clock on the Checking for Charity Facebook page.
Yeah, some great items there, too. A Brad Marchand signed Bruins jersey, signed Toronto Maple Leafs alumni jersey, a Carter Hart Philadelphia Flyers signed jersey. There's also a game-used Jeremy Swayman signed stick from his final season at the University of Maine. And, well, he's playing really, really well in the American Hockey League these days. 6-0, just got his first professional shutout with the Providence Bruins. And, oh, yeah, he got called up to back up Yaroslav Halak yesterday.
No big deal, right?
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Also, I believe still available is the Dylan Fox game-worn Maine Mariners white jersey from last season. So check that out again at cfcmaine.org. This one goes down into the corner. Jason Swinburne trying to play it in front. But it's taken away by the Engine Company. Lots of pucks in the corners and in the neutral zone here early on. But this might be a 3-on-2 out through neutral ice. This won't make it across the blue line. Dell'Aquilla drops it to Ross. He couldn't move it forward. Dell'Aquilla again. He gets taken down. And Josh Perry back to pick it up. Feeding it across. And carried in by Michael Devoid, who has the goal for Ladder Company. Josh Perry pinching at the point, but couldn't keep it in. Devoid throws it over the stick of Phil Rumery. Ladder Company again recovering Dave Barrett. He'll move it in. 12:15 to go. Jess LeClaire sends it around. Game is tied at 1. Second of 3 games here in the 4th annual Checking for Charity. And we're disappointed we couldn't have spectators here, but hopefully everyone enjoying the live stream. Michael Keeley alongside Jeff Mannix, and a big thanks to Bill David and everyone at 12 North for the awesome streaming production that you are watching. That one deflects just wide of the short side. Toby Farrington moving around. Engine Company trying to get it out of the zone, but it's picked off by Josh Perry on the wall, and he fires wide. They come back and jump over his stick. And Devoid's going to have to cover up with Tooker racing down. Perry played it back out to center. Robosh tried to leave it there, and stepping up Tucker Holt to take it back. Unable to get away. And dumped back in by Ladder Company. Jess LeClaire, or I'm sorry, that was Mike Norton. Here's a quick shot, good save by Toby Farrington. Goes around to the far side, came back this way. Jason Swinburne, he goes to the corner. Bad angle shot, and Toby had to make an unexpected save there. As this one rolls down the ice, Jim Wilson goes back to get it, but it is no icing. Didn't make it to the goal line. A nice play to knock it out of the air there, Dan Musser. And he tried to center one that was knocked free. Swinburne looking to bring it back. Brooks Boucher is back on defense wearing the Ogie Oglethorpe jersey. And past the attacking line, not connecting there with Jason Johnson. And I think the players thought that was going to be icing. It was not called. And an outlet pass, and now we're going to have a break down the right wing side. This is Dell'Aquilla, backhand save by Toby Farrington. Challenged him the whole way and dives on the loose puck.
Yeah, great job by Farrington there, just staying with Dell'Aquilla, who just tried to, I guess, deke him there, but he tracked the puck well, stayed with it the whole way, did a good job flopping on the rebound.
Toby looks locked in.
Sure does.
Early on. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 1-1. Jones from the point tries to get that one through, and the rebound slapped wide of the net. Jess LeClaire. Nice pass up on the wing to Dan Musser. Got it out to center. Might be a 2-on-1, but a little stumble by Jason Johnson, but he got it across to Kyle Ellis, who hit the post. In and out. It must have been the very inside of the post to the glove side of Graham Hart. And, boy, that's too bad after that diving pass across from Jason Johnson.
Yeah, excellent job there. That was a heck of a shot by Ehlers, too. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Unfortunately, gets iron instead.
Ladder Company trying to make their way out. Swinburne. And he tries to move his way around, send it into the slot. There's a man open on the back door. Now flying in late with a backhand, scores. Devoid has both goals for Ladder Company, and that one was pretty. It's 2-1.
Yeah, they've both been pretty. One from the point, this one a roof backhand job. Nice shot there, and Devoid is carrying the mail here for his team for sure, or I guess to use firefighter lingo.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know, carrying the hose upstairs. Apparently I need to work on my firefighter lingo.
So Devoid, the defenseman, activating there and scoring both goals so far for Ladder Company. This one will be moved around. It jumps away from Leclerc, then it hits the linesman in the skate. That's a break for Ladder Company, trying to turn this into odd man numbers. Justin Robosh left it there, swatted in down low. And along the boards, it is picked up and carried back. Down the right side, Zach Tooker, who has the goal for Engine Company. He blows a tire. He tried to keep it in anyway, but it'll be brought back in the other direction by Josh Perry. Perry pulls up. Perry trying to swing it into the slot, but it's taken away by Leclerc, and here she comes. Straight down the middle of the ice. Jess Leclerc cannot get through Devoid, who is doing it on both ends, and now here he comes with speed down the left side, looking for the hat trick in the first period. Cuts the slot. Toby Farrington makes the save. Rebound, and Toby with some help to make the second save. Now he's down on his back. Came out in front of the net and jumps over the glove of Swinburne. Toby gets an assist there from his defense.
Mike Norton doing his best goaltending impersonation there, having to flex the legs out after trying to do the splits himself.
We're going to have to cut that clip. That one's going into the Checking for Charity Hall of Fame. This one kept in and fired to the net by Boucher, who I'm tempted to just call Oglethorpe.
With Oglethorpe on the back of his sweater, absolutely.
Robosh cutting into the right circle, and glove save by Farrington. So action picking up here with just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. 2-1 Ladder Company, both goals by Michael Devoid. And Zach Tooker with the goal for Engine Company.
Always a spirited matchup when the firefighters get on the ice together, as it has been since the very first Checking for Charity back in 2017. Which happened at a great time for hockey here in Portland, too, because that was the first year we didn't have professional hockey here in almost 25 years. So that filled a little bit of the void for sure, having this event get going.
Maybe a 2-on-1 here as Musser carries across. Also a late man coming in right in the slot. A chance for Ehlers, but it was caught up in his skates. And it will come the other way. Carried in by Dell'Aquilla, who certainly seems to be the star for the Ladder Company. But Jess Leclerc comes away for Engine. 3-on-2. She'll carry it across. Got knocked away, but a follow-up for Johnson. Leclerc backhand, and a good save by Graham Hart. Came out in front again, and that went into the skates of Dave Barrett, wrong team, Kyle Ehlers. Trying to navigate through there, Phil Rumery. And this one will go back down into the corner. Leclerc will swing it the other way. Ladder Company, though, with more numbers on their side. Leclerc now racing it down, trying to poke it out of the zone. 5 minutes to go. We'll have a special presentation coming up at halftime as Farrington makes a nice save there. And Engine Company finally clears the zone. In fact, they send it into the bench. It'll stop play. It'll keep the clock moving, but stop play. 4:47 to go. Be a presentation honoring Travis Roy between halves here. And we will hope to talk to Mike Norton before Game 3. Jim Wilson. He'll shoot this one in. Toby wanted icing, but didn't get the call. Mike Norton trying to play that one up to Brian Pond from Standish. And now here's Tooker on the right side. He's got player cutting to the net, and he threw it on net. J.P. Adams was crashing, but couldn't come up with it. Now a pass up ahead and a race for the puck. Robosh trying to get there, does, drags a shot on goal. Another save for Toby Farrington. He's racking them up here, as he has made now 11 stops. Brought back in. Engine Company tries to feed the slot. Quick shot, scores! Brian Pond able to get that one between the pads of Graham Hart, and this game is tied at 2. Nice goal by Brian Pond. That coming with just under 4 minutes remaining in this running clock first half. Jeff is going to run down to get ready for the ceremony at halftime. We'll make sure we keep it here for that as well. Here's a backhand shoved into the zone. And Jones is on it for Ladder Company. Jim Wilson pushed it up and out to center. Brian Pond, or Zach Tooker, and he'll lead one ahead. Mike Norton trying to push that one in. Brought back, might be a 2-on-1. DeRoss, he'll bring it in, right circle. DeRoss shoots, and he slides that one. Oh, where it's right at the goal line. Is it in? I guess it's covered by Farrington. A little bit of confusion on whether that snuck through or not. It was underneath Farrington's pad. DeRoss thought he had scored, but Farrington stopped it, and with 2.5 to go in the period, the faceoff will stay down inside the end of the Engine Company. LeClaire will move this one up. Johnson will take a whack at it. This will be thrown in down low. Come around to the left wing boards. Pushed up ahead. Dan Musser racing down. He's taken down, trying to buy a call there, and he's not getting it. And he and Dell'Aquilla with a little bit of a chirp after at one another. Swinburne comes down the left side. Tries to send it out in front, and Farrington gets a piece of that. DuRoss down low after it. Taken back by LeClaire. Jess LeClaire makes a stick handle away. 1.5 minutes to go. Trying to make her way in. Johnson pushed it down, and Josh Perry on it. His pass doesn't connect, and this will be icing against Ladder Company. Want to take the time to thank some more sponsors. Gold level sponsors, Business Envelope Specialists, Coppersmith's Tavern and Table, and New England Rehab. All of our great sponsors making Checking for Charity possible.
On behalf of the men's and women's NYA hockey program, we miss Travis, Mr. and Mrs. Roy. We think about them every day. We're glad that we want the Travis Roy Foundation to do well, and we're glad this.
37 seconds remaining in the first period, and the shot is off the goaltender Hart and up and out of play. This is going to bring us pretty close to the end of the first half. This is going to do it for the first half. 2-2 tie as Engine Company struck first, and last two in the middle for Ladder Company. Devoid with both of those. And that brings us to a tie game at the end of one. We are going to have a special ceremony down on the ice to honor Travis Roy in just a little bit. But close game here. Both teams having their chances, goaltenders playing well, and it took a little bit of time for the chemistry to get going between the two, but after a little bit you saw things get a little bit more cohesive, and we find ourselves at a tie game. So maybe we'll throw this to a quick break here, and then we'll come back with the ceremony to honor Travis Roy.
This is Maine Mariners head coach Riley Armstrong, and I'm excited to be playing in the 4th annual Checking for Charity on Sunday, March 14th at the True Ice Arena. This year's event will be streamed live online, so be sure to tune in and go to cfcmaine.org for more information and pull out your wallets to make a donation.
Hi, this is Danny Briere from the Mariners, and you're watching live coverage of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
Yeah, I think just playing with the guys, just getting out there, it feels always great for myself to get back.
We just had up here. We just had Lee up here for an interview and being honored there and being presented a jersey in memory of Travis, who again we lost in October, and this event was scheduled to be in his honor last year, and Travis was scheduled to be here, and obviously COVID-19 messed with those plans, and it is unfortunate that we can't have him with us, but it's great to have his father, Lee, and he continues to carry on Travis's legacy through the Travis Roy Foundation. We'll take another quick timeout here, get some more promo videos in, and then Jeff will rejoin me for the second half. 2-2 in Game 2, the Firefighter Classic, Checking for Charity.
Charity game can help in any way it can.
Hi, this is Danny Briere from the Mariners, and you're watching live coverage of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
This is Maine Mariners head coach Riley Armstrong, and you're watching live coverage of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
And we're back with the second half. We'll see who can get the upper hand here. Pretty evenly matched first period. Shots were 15-10 in favor of Ladder Company, but Engine tying it up late there at 2. So another 25-minute half with running clock. Although if it stays this way, the final 2 minutes will be played with clock stoppages. Here's a pass coming up on the left side and skipping away from Dave Barrett. Down, and it is icing. Sorry for the audio problems there on the ceremony. I did not have the dial turned up, so that is my mistake. But they did have a couple other photographers filming that ceremony, so I'm sure that the Checking for Charity page will feature that presentation later on. I have Jeff Mannix rejoining me here in just a moment. Michael Devoid has both goals for the Ladder Company. He's got the puck. He pushes it up ahead. Dave Barrett swings it through. Robosh carries in. Farrington makes a great save. And then Robosh throws it through the crease wide out the other side. Back to the point, and that shot skittering wide from Devoid again. Backhanded by Josh Perry back in down low. Taken away by Brooks Boucher. He'll throw this one through the middle. It'll go down the ice. It'll be icing against Engine Company. Jeff, what did you think of the first period there? I think Lee said it best. A competitive game, close game, and guys having fun.
Yeah, guys having fun for sure, which is exactly how we like to do it. I did talk to Mike Norton there about his little split move. Told me he's feeling a little bad after that one, continually trying to stretch that quad out. He might be a little worried about it after the game.
Maybe take an ice bath or something.
Oh, yeah.
Toby makes another save here. He's been in the zone. Kyle Ehlers trying to come back for Engine Company. Ehlers down the left side. DuRoss dropping his stick there as that one gets away from Dan Musser. Along for Johnson back at the point. Rumery trying to push that one down. Sent around the glass as it rolls off the shelf of the dasher boards. Swinburne will knock this one to the line. It was kept in by Jess Leclerc. And it'll be played off to the side by Graham Hart, the goaltender. Now a feed right into the slot. Oh, good glove save by Hart on the shot from Ehlers.
Very good glove save by Hart. Indeed, as we mentioned here, South Portland Firefighters not the only ones with the special hockey jerseys here. He's here wearing his Haverhill firefighting hockey jersey here as well, and great to see. This has always been one of the nice things about the Firefighter Classic is that it's not just players from South Portland, but we do see players from other departments in Maine represented, from Sanford, Saco, as well as Portland and Old Orchard Beach and Haverhill, Massachusetts here as well.
Standish also.
Yep, I missed Standish on the list. My apologies there to the good folks in Standish.
This one will be Robosh pushing it in to the corner. Comes around, and Dan Musser. And then falling down, Dave Barrett, as he tries to get back to his skates again. And this one will come down, and they say no icing on this one. Dave Barrett pushed it up ahead. And it is Robosh trying to push it forward. Leclerc will reach for it and try to get going for Engine Company. And this 2-2 tie, 5 minutes into the second half. Leclerc pushes it up for Tooker. This one rolls its way down. Goes wide of the net, off the back of the net. Came right out in front. And Perry will take it away and send a pass that DuRoss can't track down. See Boucher kind of just hanging out back in the defensive zone, trying to keep any offensive rushes from coming. I think the net came off. It did. The whistle will blow. Shots are 18-12 in favor of Ladder Company. We give a shout out to the silver level sponsors, Gillies and Pretty, Autotronics, Buffalo Wild Wings, Broadway Self Storage, Cyber North, MC Construction, Mailer Productions, Johnny Mailer, Allegiance Fire and Rescue, Port Harbor Marine Island, Spectrum Healthcare Partners, and Team Harmon Carroll. Thanks to everybody for their support of Checking for Charity. Back after it, Josh Perry for Ladder Company. Jumps away here from Brian Pond. And stolen at the top of the zone by J.P. Adams. A battle for it in skates, pulled free by Tooker. Goes wide and fires, misses the net, back off the backboards. Turnaround shot and a goal by Mike Norton. And that gives the Engine Company a 3-2 lead.
You had a feeling Mike might get on the board at some point here today, and just the turnaround, backhand shot, catching Hart by surprise, and it gives Engine Company the lead.
That was a tougher goal than it looked because sometimes you get lost of where you are on the ice, and he knew exactly where the net was. So 3-2 Engine with the lead. And now a 2-on-1 maybe for Ladder the other way. It's Dell'Aquilla trying to get even. And on the rebound, they score. The puck was sitting behind Toby Farrington. And it was an easy tap in. And I'm not sure if that was DuRoss or Dell'Aquilla that got the rebound. But it's tied at 3.
Yeah, it looks like it was Matt DuRoss, the firefighter from Goodwin's Mills, a community in Lyman, Maine.
It was Dell'Aquilla that made the play, and DuRoss had the open net tap in. So the lead lasts less than a minute for Engine Company as the play goes offside here. So 3-3 the score. I remember Dell'Aquilla from the previous event, which would now have been 2 years ago. He was one of the better players in that one as well.
Yep.
He has been the star for Ladder Company. Offside again here right off the face-off, so we'll reset it.
Yeah, DuRoss, as we mentioned, the latest goal scorer there. He's actually the fire chief in Goodwin's Mills, formerly a firefighter in South Portland. Grew up playing Biddeford youth hockey. That's another very strong hockey community here in the state of Maine. Of course, produced a top-flight NHL player in Brian Dumoulin, now one of the top pairing defensemen with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Good save there by Graham Hart on an awkward angle shot. Phil Rumery can't get it out. Jess LeClaire, her long shot, does not get to the net. Comes around for Dan Musser in the corner. Down he goes. And it will be pushed to the line. And Wilson, I don't think, got that one out. The play's still onside here. And this one chipped up but not out. They announce DuRoss from Dell'Aquilla as we surmised. Here is Brett Jones trying to get it deep. Instead, it's Musser. He'll move it in. Dan Musser swings that one on net. Hart able to fight it off. Came in down low, and Phil Rumery is on it. Rumery throws it up to Dave Barrett, who pushed it ahead, out through center, looking for a 2-on-1. Rumery chops this one into the skates of LeClaire. She recovers, but it came back up top. Long shot. Farrington the save. He gets rid of the rebound as Perry took the shot. Centering try doesn't get through. LeClaire swings it back around to the other side. We are about 9 minutes in to the second half, so that means 16 remaining. 3-3 game. Very competitive. Leads have changed hands a few times. J.P. Adams at center, looking for Jess LeClaire. And she had the puck knocked away, trying to enter the zone. Second effort, Tooker bounces it across, comes into the slot. Tooker's going to walk in alone here. Oh, he couldn't make the move, and then the rebound put wide by Adams. He certainly had Hart biting, but they couldn't make it happen. Back out through center, DuRoss, who has the third and most recent goal. The Engine Company wanted a trip there. It was not called. We have not had a penalty in this game yet. Swinburne's pass through the slot comes all the way over to DuRoss. He tries to send it to the front. It is pushed back around. Wilson moves up at the top of the left circle. Gets it through. Backdoor shot. Scores. DuRoss again. Second straight goal for Ladder Company. And 4-3 as the lead continues to change hands.
Yeah, DuRoss with a couple in a row now. That seems to be the deal here for Ladder Company. Is now two players with 2 goals each as DuRoss joins Michael Devoid.
So Engine had the 1-0 lead. It was 2-1 Ladder, 3-2 Engine, now 4-3 Ladder. So 3 lead changes as Graham Hart will put the stoppage to this one. We're down to 14.5 remaining. One final game scheduled to start at 2:30, the former pro showdown. And it is certainly last but not least with the amount of star power that will be playing. A couple of current Maine Mariners, as well as their head coach, Riley Armstrong. And we've got players from the college ranks, Division I and Division III, as well as a bunch of other former pros, all the way from the SPHL up to the AHL. So that will be a lot of fun, but this game is trying to make it a hard act to follow icing has been called against Ladder Company.
Now, speaking of future former pro showdowns, when are we going to get one of your bosses, Daniel Briere, into this thing?
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm betting Riley tried to get him down here, but maybe he just wasn't persuasive enough. But Danny was kind enough to submit a couple of videos for the broadcast, as our viewers may have seen throughout, and continues to run the Mariners from Philadelphia. And hopefully we will be seeing Danny back in Portland here before too long. Here's one deflecting just wide of Graham Hart. I think maybe we want to save Danny for when fans can come back.
That would make some sense. He certainly dazzled in the Flyers-Bruins alumni showdown back before your time.
Yeah, before.
With the Mariners here. What a show that was. Danny looked like he could still be playing in the NHL the way he was playing that day. Riley Armstrong, for that matter, looked like he could still be playing pro hockey too.
And believe me, Riley's going to take this final game seriously, so you're going to see max effort out of what he's got. Trying to get through center here was Tucker Holt. Now Jess Leclerc will try her luck. Moving in, couple nice stick handles, left circle, backhand, saved by Hart. She's on it down low again. By as far as I know, Graham Hart, no relation to the three Harts that will be playing in the former pro showdown. 2-on-1 maybe here. Devoid looking for the hat trick, and he tried to roof it short side and ends up tumbling down as the puck goes into the netting.
Yeah, Farrington went tumbling too, just trying to make a save. But, yeah, he's definitely been under some pressure today.
Less than 12 minutes to go in this second half. 4-3 Ladder Company in a game that has gone back and forth. And off the face-off, loose puck. Here's a chance right in front. Backhand. And again, Toby looking behind him, but this time he had it trapped. And that Dell'Aquilla opportunity.
I've never played goalie before, but I can only imagine that's one of the worst feelings there is when, you think you make a save, but you're not sure. Kind of one of those quick anxiety moments there. Luckily for Toby, he had it.
Puck up into the netting again. Yeah, when I haven't played goalie either, and when you have all that equipment on, it's easy for the puck to get stuck.
Yeah.
And you just don't know where it is. I think that's what happened to Toby there, but he made the save.
Yeah, I have played goalkeeper in soccer before. You definitely know when you get beaten in that sport.
Here's kind of a shot pass from the point there by Jim Wilson. And now another scramble. And doing the splits, Toby, and I guess he kept that one out too.
It looked like it ended up in the net, but
it did.
but pretty sure the whistle had gone first.
Toby having a conversation with the referee. Yeah, he did kind of slyly get that puck out of there before anyone could see it was in. I think you're right, though. Whistle went first. This one will be kept by Devoid up top. 2 of the 4 Ladder Company goals. And that one stopped by Farrington. Left side, Wilson moves down to the corner, tries to keep this one in. We approach the 10-minute mark remaining. Johnson knocks it out of there. And Ehlers tried to come ahead. And this one will stop short of icing, so Dell'Aquilla will recover it. Cutting out in front, able to get away. Dell'Aquilla crosses the blue line, can take a slap shot, and he missed wide and actually might have gone off the blocker with Farrington. Battle in down low, below the goal line. Ladder Company really stepping up their game here in the last few minutes. They have not let the team in white really penetrate the offensive zone. Another shot, dribbling puck right around the goal line, and somehow Toby gets it done again. I mean, he's had pucks all around him, behind him, to his left, to his right, but he's keeping his team down 1.
Yeah, he is. He's keeping his team in it right now for sure, as you're right. Engine Company being hemmed in right now by Ladder Company as Ladder looks to get the first 2-goal lead of the hockey game.
Less than 9 minutes to go in the second half. Flipped by Boucher out to center, but knocked right back in by Ladder Company. Boucher with it in behind. Ooh, nice little move there to take care of the forechecker. This one is pitched back ahead. Robosh is in onside. Robosh left side takes a shot. Pad save, gets his own rebound, throws it back door. Nobody able to connect on Ladder Company. But once again, they keep the heat on as Engine trying to spend some time in the offensive zone, but no dice. And this one will be covered up by Toby. As we see Mike Norton back out there after Jeff reported earlier was had somewhat of a lower body discomfort after helping out Toby, but he scored a goal after that.
He did.
Clearly he's not too worse for wear. And we'll see if he can get his team back to tied. Right now, though, the puck remains down in the Engine Company zone to our left. Long pass up ahead. They try to get it to J.P. Adams. He's able to take it down. Adams will cross. He'll feed it back. Norton trying to tie the game, and his shot gets blocked. He's got it again. Mike Norton, left circle, fires. Hits a body in front. Loose puck. Norton again. And he misses wide, short side.
Just missed.
And that was the best chance in a while for Ladder Company.
Look at that.
Look at Mike diving across to try to keep that one in. 100% effort at all times. Ladder Company back in. Norton once again gets rid of it. Out to center. But it's kicked down, and Devoid will bring it back across. Jess LeClaire, she gets walled off in front of the bench. Dell'Aquilla now sends a backhand pass to the front. It's knocked away. And a lead pass ahead. And Tooker, who had the opening goal of this game, couldn't get away. Swinburne's shot goes off the leg of Rumery. And it will be, of Holt wearing the Rumery jersey. And the puck is covered by Farrington.
Yeah, Toby just decided he just needed to take a little rest, as did everybody else. Didn't look like it was going to be a glaring scoring chance there as it hopped back out front. But
this game is definitely going to come down to a stopped clock in the final 2 minutes.
No doubt.
1-goal hockey game. Musser trying to move this one across. Devoid will flip it back the other way. Jess LeClaire trying to get the puck to settle down as it's on end. She's able to get it out to center. Devoid has to wait. Dell'Aquilla is currently offside. And he almost, no, he didn't. He tried. You saw him try to keep that back skate on the other side of the blue line, but he couldn't do it. And that will stop play again.
Yeah, that was one of those instances where I don't think they could hear the whistle go off quite as well as normal with these digital whistles that they're using here and with COVID-19 protocols in effect.
This one will go to the far corner in the Engine Company zone. 5:20 remaining. We haven't had a goal since about the 7-minute mark, elapsed time of this second half. It's been 4-3 since then. As Engine Company tries to find the equalizer, and this one stopped by Hart on Jess LeClaire's opportunity.
Yeah, Dan Musser with the attempt at goal there. It ticked off a skate and slowed down before it got to Hart. Good thing, I think, because Hart looked to be at least partially screened out on the play.
Face-off will be down to his left. We're under 5 minutes remaining. Could we have some overtime? Jess LeClaire trying to keep this one in. She's got a couple of teammates down low. She will take it to the far boards. Now swing it off the side of the net. It's actually off the pad of Hart. She's after it again. Battles with Josh Perry. Doing a nice job down there, but it's going to be brought back. Played out through center. Puck will pop up in the air. Barrett gathers it down. Taken back by Musser. LeClaire, I think, was headed off on a change, but the puck came right to her, so she'll stay out there. And come across the blue line. Here's LeClaire cutting wide into the slot and fires just wide along the far side of the ice. Musser able to hold this one in, backhanded across. And LeClaire He's going to stay out again as she holds it at the line. She's trying to find a time to get to the bench, which she finally will now. But it was an extra long shift for her. This one will make its way back to center ice. 3:45 to go. Mike Norton. Can he find the equalizer for his Engine Company squad? Norton to the right circle. Throws it toward the goal. Couldn't get it on net. Johnson. Jason Johnson keeps it in. Here's Norton again. Another shot. Oh. Hart makes the save. He didn't know where the rebound had gone, but it's held in the zone. Musser back to the line. Broken up. We might. Oh! How about the recovery by Boucher? That would have been a 2-on-0. Boucher is going to bring it back in. Long shot from the blue line is kicked out. Boucher spent most of this game in the defensive zone, but got one on goal there, knowing his team is down. Late stages. J.P. Adams tried to send it to the side of the net. Puck is loose right in front. Norton again trying to find that tying goal. Here's Boucher, puts it through traffic. Rebound, backhand, another try. Covered at the goal line by Graham Hart.
Whew, Hart's under siege right now as Engine Company looks for the equalizing goal, but Hart standing tall.
They have stopped the clock, and I saw Toby kind of turning around looking at the clock, so they're gonna. I think they'll pull him if it comes to it. I don't know whose call that is to make, but
yeah,
we'll find out. Boucher puts this one wide. Devoid plays it around the boards. Norton couldn't keep this one in. Devoid looking for the hat trick. Breakaway. Save by Farrington. Flashing the leather.
The old Statue of Liberty play there. Thankfully, he had the puck, unlike Patrick Waugh back in the early 2000s.
That's right. That was embarrassing. 2.5 to go. And toss down the ice. This puck will roll, and it's going to stop before it gets to the icing line. And then Hart came out and just got it away from Norton. And now back is Boucher. But Dell'Aquilla comes up with it. Centers, and couldn't get it to Duras. He's looking for the hat trick as well. Two players making up all 4 goals for Ladder Company. Devoid and Duras. Another one cleared on through with 2 minutes to go. Devoid once again. And after it, down he goes. Over on the far side, Duras tried to send it up top. Long drive, goes off the skate. Turning, Boucher can't get it up ice. Now with a second try finds Pond. Pond, who has one of the 3 goals. Now a chance in front of the net, thrown to the goal. Hart comes out to knock it away before Tooker could get a stick on it. 90 seconds remaining. This one rolls down. Dell'Aquilla takes a spill. Puck picked up by Tucker Holt. Looking to stretch one ahead, but it doesn't connect. It's going to be icing, I believe. Yes, it is. Against Engine Company. I don't know if timeouts are a thing in this game, but this would be a time for one, potentially.
You would think so.
We haven't seen any penalties called, so I don't know if that was just a understanding that the players had with the officials that we're going to let them play. We had 2 penalties called in the first game.
Well, I mean, if I'm an official in this game and I know one of the players has refereed in an Olympics, I'm not so sure I'd want to call a penalty for fear of being criticized.
That's a great point. Musser has this go off his skate. Rumery trying to carry back in. Engine Company with 1 minute to try to find the equalizer. The puck caught in the skates of the linesman, and it puts the play offside. So 1:01 to go. Reminder, we have one more game scheduled for a 2:30 start, the former pro showdown. We'll take a break between the 2 games. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak with Mike Norton before the 3rd game, if he does not have to take an ice bath first. He has left it all out on the ice here so far. Can he get one more goal? Jess LeClaire.
There's Farrington to the bench.
It up the right side. Toby heads for the bench, and for a 6th attacker. Play is blown down at the blue line. They may have called offside here.
I believe they did there as Robash and LeClaire basically got tied up and fell into one another there. Little stick taps from both of them.
So they're trying to figure out where this face-off is going to go. No, I think they might have called Robosh for a penalty there, Jeff.
Oh, wow. Okay. They sure did.
So that will give Engine Company a 6-on-4 with 40.9 seconds to go. So the first penalty of the game.
That's where you call the penalties if it happens against the Olympic referee.
So here we go. Back to the blue line. The shot by Holt deflects to the corner.
They're trying to sneak her back door, too.
Musser trying to move this one to the front. Leclerc has it in behind. Leclerc sends it out to Norton in his skates. He settles it down. Less than 30 seconds to go. Mike Norton throws it to the net. It goes up and over. Kept in by Holt. He'll throw it to the front. That goes off a Hart. Comes across to Ehlers. Played in front. Loose puck top of the crease. What a keep by Norton. Fires. Went wide of the net. I don't think Hart saw it.
He didn't.
10 seconds to go. This one rainbows up and comes across. Another quick shot. Fought off. Backhanded around the boards by Perry. 5 seconds. One last shot. In the slot, Norton. His stop by Hart, and that's how this one will end. Oh, a great chance. And that actually wasn't Norton because Norton's standing back at center ice. I think that was Johnson, or it might have been Ehlers.
Yeah, I think it was Ehlers.
Ehlers, yeah, the 1-5. It probably was. Well, that game comes down to the final buzzer, but in the end, Engine Company holds on for the 4-3 win.
Fun game here, for sure. Always fun when the firefighters get together in this matchup. And as always here, they will thank everyone at home for watching because we enjoy that.
Yes, we did, and we hope everyone at home enjoyed it as well. One more game to enjoy. Coming up at 2:30, we'll be back on around 2:15, and then the former pro showdown to finish the day. 4-3, Engine Company defeats Ladder Company in the second game of the 4th annual Checking for Charity.
This is Maine Mariners head coach Riley Armstrong, and I'm excited to be playing in the 4th annual Checking for Charity on Sunday, March 14th at the True Ice Arena. This year's event will be streamed live online, so be sure to tune in and go to cfcmaine.org for more information and pull out your wallets to make a donation.
Hello everyone, this is Mikey Ruzioni from the 1980 U.S. Olympic Hockey Team, thanking and more importantly congratulating each and every one of you as you help raise funds for the Travis Roy Foundation with your hockey game coming up in Portland in March. I had the pleasure of not only coaching Travis, but getting to know him over the years. Not only was he a great player, he was a great person. He did so much for so many people. Whenever I think of Travis, I think of that smile on his face, whether it was seeing him at a BU hockey game or seeing him at one of the many events that he did to raise funds for his foundation. He always had that smile. Travis did so many good things for so many people, helped so many others when he could have just avoided all of it. So, congratulations to each and every one of you. I hope this event goes well. I hope you raise a lot of money. And I know Travis is looking down upon each and every one of us and thanking you for your support and what you're able to do to keep his memory and keep his foundation. Thank you, good luck, and stay safe.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Hopkins. I'm the Executive Director of the South Portland Food Cupboard. I want to take time today just to invite you and encourage you to be a part of South Portland Fire Department's Checking for Charity this year. There's going to be a website we'll give you a little bit later on where you can make a donation. But I just am so thankful that the fire department has put on this event, not only this year, but years in the past. And we've been one of the many charities that have been recipients of the funding that has come from this. It's because of our partnership with organizations and individuals and events like this that it makes it possible for us and other charities to do the work that we all need to do. The task at hand is huge, and particularly during the pandemic. And so it takes us all as a community to be able to do what is necessary to get involved with each other and help other organizations do what they do specifically. And so I want to encourage you again to be involved this year with Checking for Charity. You can make a donation at www.mainecfc.org. That's www.mainecfc.org, and contribute in any way you can. It's through our giving of our time, our talent, and our treasure that we can actually touch the lives of other people. Let's make this year a great success as in the past, and let's make our impact.
Program. We miss Travis, Mr. and Mrs. Roy. We think about them every day. We're glad that we want the Travis Roy Foundation to do well, and we're glad this charity game can help in any way it can.